Let's go in and look at natural disasters and mortgage delinquencies. CoreLogic's chief economist Frank Nothaft discussed the increased prevalence of natural disasters and the impact they're having on the housing market. He said that stats show serious delinquency rates in the months following natural disasters. Listen to this, Alfie. Within 3 months, there's a huge spike in serious delinquency rates on mortgages, and it happens even on those properties that didn't have any damage. The serious delinquency rate in Houston, Texas, before Hurricane Harvey, not last year but the year before, right? Not last year, not 2018 but 2017, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, before Hurricane Harvey was less than 1%. However, serious delinquency rates rose to 2.5% less than 6 months after the storm. Wilmington, North Carolina saw serious delinquency rates increase from less than 1% before Hurricane Florence to 1.8%. So in Houston, they increased 2.5 times. In North Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina increased almost 100%. California town Chico and Santa Rosa both saw serious delinquency rates rise to 1.7 and 1.5% respectively 3 months after wildfires. Both markets had serious delinquency rates under 1% before the fires. Residents working in a disaster-damaged area will often find themselves without any income they were expecting to pay their bills. As a result, even those whose homes are completely undamaged can be at an elevated risk of delinquency. I think that's very interesting. So if you have tornadoes in an area, like the tornadoes that were in Dallas recently, you know, even the homes that are not affected, that whole community is affected. And I'm saying this because the only delinquency problems we have in the U.S. today are because of natural disasters. And the reality is that I'm glad that FEMA has programs to support people in those areas. CoreLogic's latest loan performance insight report revealed that 3.8% of home mortgages were in some state of delinquency in July, which is a decline from 4.1% in July of 2018, which is the lowest number of delinquent mortgages in more than 20 years. The share of delinquent mortgages in July of 2010 peaked at 11.1%. Alfie, 1 in 10, more than 1 in 10 mortgages were delinquent in July of 2010. Isn't that amazing? CoreLogic also found that home sales in affected areas by natural disasters fell sharply. Paradise, California saw home sales fall nearly 40 to 50% from the prior year after their disaster. Annual home price growth in both Butte County and Sonoma County were negative 2%. However, following wildfires in both areas, listen to this, Alfie, annual home price growth in Sonoma County rose to 3% 6 months after the disaster. In Butte County, reported annual home price growth of 6% 6 months after the wildfire. So it causes mortgage delinquencies to increase, and it causes home prices to increase. But it kind of makes sense, Alfie, when you think about it, because a natural disaster removes inventory from the market. And it's so, I can't even believe I'm saying that in sort of a clinical, you know, people's houses burn so there's less inventory. And I do not mean any less than something that is very heartfelt for all of the people who suffer these natural disasters. But if you had, 500 homes available for sale or 500 total homes in the market, and then all of a sudden you had 450, then it makes sense that those remaining homes would go up in price.